Yo, what's happening YouTube family? Today I'm teaching you how to make a MrBeast style thumbnail. Now this isn't just MrBeast, there's so many different YouTubers doing this. The Sidemen channel, Mashtag Brady, I'm sure all over the world. This seems to be the blueprint at the moment. It's very over the top and very saturated. Even if you have a really good picture to use, these content creators are recreating the thumbnail from scratch, so it almost looks more like a movie poster than a thumbnail. But the click-through rate on these is huge, and your click-through rate is everything. Right when you first post a video, YouTube decides how big your video is gonna get, how many people is it gonna go out to. If people are seeing the thumbnail and they're clicking through, you're gonna go out to more and more people. This is why MrBeast will sometimes pay up to £10,000 just for one thumbnail. But most people on planet Earth are not gonna have that kind of a budget and may not even have any artificial intelligence tools that can help them do this. So I'm gonna teach you how to do it yourself today in Photoshop. All you need, other than this tutorial, is one picture of the person's face who's going to be on the thumbnail. You might be doing it for your own video, or maybe you're a designer doing this for another YouTuber. So we're going to take that one photo and you're going to have everything else cut out other than the face. Get rid of everything in the background, as you can see right now. But before I go any further into this tutorial, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash a like, leave a comment down below if you have any other video ideas. With that being said, let's get it rolling, guys. So we're going to take this first picture. Everything else is cropped out like I said, and using the lighting tool, I'm lowering the dark areas very slightly and I'm lifting the light areas very slightly, just so it's a little bit more saturated and it pops a little bit more. Now using the generative tools at the bottom, I'm selecting remove background. Okay, you can do this yourself with a pen tool, but sometimes this will do a very good job for you and it only takes one click. Now it did do a good job, but it's not perfect, so I'm just going to quickly run around the rest of the image using the pen tool, create a selection and press delete just to make it a little bit smoother. I'm now removing the t-shirt. All I want is the face and the neck. The rest of it, we're gonna generate ourselves, okay? I've turned this into a smart object so that I can use the smudge tool here. This is a very important step. In these thumbnails, the only thing that remains crispy is maybe an item of clothing, the person's eyes, and the rest of it, the skin, any spots, any blemishes, even the hair, the beard, all of this you're gonna smudge. This gives it a sort of comic book movie poster look. I'm just smudging every single area where there's a scratch on my hat or where my beard is a little bit too scratchy. I'm doing my eyebrows, I'm doing my hair, I'm doing my skin. You get the point. Smudge away and leave only the sharp lines, like for example the glasses or the eyes or the lips. You know, the primary areas you don't need to smudge. Okay, so you should have something like this. We've saturated it and we've smudged the skin. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm merging the lighting effect and the layer together, the image of my face together. I'm pressing Control and left click on the layer of my face, and then I'm pressing Control Shift and I to invert the selection to everything outside of my face. And now I'm gonna ask it to give me a red t-shirt. Okay, so I've typed in generate a red t-shirt. And I think this one right here is pretty good. Something like every now and then it's going to be weird. You're going to see a lot of weird things pop up, but you can just keep generating. There's no limit on how much you can generate. So I think this one's very good, but obviously it's made a little bit of a mess up the top and for some reason put another t-shirt on my head. But that's fine, because using the rubber, the eraser tool, I can just wipe out all of that. I can wipe out the whole background, leaving nothing but my face and the t-shirt, okay? So this has just showed you how quickly you can put any element into the image, right? You could have chosen a black hoodie, you could have made the t-shirt yellow, or you could have given yourself a six-pack, right? This is a tutorial, but obviously you make the thumbnail that you are going to be needing. Now this all looks pretty good, but the AI has sort of overlaid both of the images together. So once again, I'm going to use the rubber tool and I'm just going to go around and clean up the image and make it once again smooth like it was at the start. Okay, now we're going to be working on the eyes, okay? This is something that I've seen in every MrBeast video, every Mashtag Brady and Sidemen video. They seem to really whiten up the eyes. They whiten up the teeth, so if you're smiling, they make that all white, and they make the eyes extremely white as well. And they do the same thing with the lips, but they make the lips like more red. Everything is just slightly overpronounced. So how I'm doing this is with a very soft brush, set onto overlay mode, I'm just clicking on the areas that I want to be light. And I'm doing the same thing with the lips, but instead of overlay mode on a different layer, I'm setting it to color mode and I'm choosing the color red and I'm just painting over the lips. Right, you can then decide how intense you want it to be. Maybe you've made it too intense, or the lips might look like you've got lipstick on. You can just turn the sensitivity down, the brightness down, until you're happy with how it looks. What I'm doing now is I've decided, obviously do this for what you want, but I've decided I want to put myself into the ocean and show you how you could submerge yourself in the ocean. just because I feel that's quite a tricky thing to do. So if I could teach you how to do that, you could use these same techniques to do anything. So I've created a sort of wave shape. I've kept the layer underneath and I've just chopped it out, right? So now you could imagine this character sort of submerged in water. Now I'm gonna select where I want the ocean to be. So I'm control left clicking the layer of myself, and then I'm deselecting where I don't want the ocean to be, leaving just this surrounding area. Let me show you with a black brush. This is kind of the area we'll be putting the water. And then once again, using the Generative AI tool, I'm gonna type in, submerge this man in water. Maybe we'll put ocean water, just so it looks more like an ocean. Now, you can see how like creative this is. You can actually see through some of the water, like on this first one. You can literally see the t-shirt through it. Don't go with the first one you get. Keep generating them and you'll get some good ones, some bad ones, but eventually you will get the one. And you will know when it's the one because it'll be the one. All right, I think this one here is the best. It looks most like the ocean and it's not just a flat line. You can see there's some depth like behind me and in front of me. I think it's the most believable and it's what I'm gonna go for. So now I'm selecting on a layer underneath, behind the ocean and behind me, blue sky and clouds. And obviously what's so good about this is you don't need to use Shutterstock, you don't need to pay for ocean, you don't need to pay an editor to sort of put it all together. Photoshop can do all of this for you. All you need is the idea. You need an idea, right? You might be sat inside a Ferrari, right? You might be on a plane eating sushi. You might be in outer space. You might be in a city. You might be at the top of a volcano. I can't say that. You might be at the top of a volcano. You could be anywhere. So I'm doing the same thing. I've selected another box. So I've typed place a fish jumping out of the ocean. Now you see this one, the way that the water is actually like flicking up. I think that looks really cool from a distance. That really does look like he's just jumped out of the ocean. Now I'm gonna do the same thing over on the right side, but I'm gonna try and put a pirate ship into the background. And wow, look at that one. Number 3 sat right in the background. The lighting looks good. Very quickly, guys, you can put together an unbelievably creative and very clickable thumbnail, right? So bearing in mind, this is what we started with, right? Just an absolute mugshot of myself in a car, cut everything else out. And now we've got more of a movie poster thumbnail. I'm wearing a red t-shirt because red just always seems to help people click. Just triggers that ADHD brain, baby. All of these things are going to be on different layers, so you can add and remove things. Super easy to do. Maybe you'd want a bird to be flying in the sky instead of a pirate ship. And now all you need to work on is a little bit of lighting. You could light the entire scene, like you could have some sun bouncing off of the pirate ship and the fish. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll keep it simple and just show you what I mean on the face, on the body, right? So with a clipping mask set over the layer, or you could just do a normal layer and then rub out the mistakes afterwards. You want to do a dark layer and a light layer. So using a black brush on a low opacity, you can create a bit of shadowing. So that might be where my beard is, or under the hat, or on the neck. And then you're going to do the same thing, but with a white brush, and you're going to set that to overlay mode. And that will be on the lightest areas. So maybe the nose, maybe the cheeks. This is just going to amplify the face a little bit so that it doesn't look too washed away and just makes the whole image look a little bit more professional. So in this video, I created myself in a MrBeast 2025 YouTube thumbnail style in the ocean with a fish jumping over me and a pirate ship in the background. If you guys have a challenge or a request, like maybe me holding a spear on an Aztec temple or climbing up a volcano with a backpack on, let me know and I will show you that you can pretty much do anything with this. I'll make a part 2. But for now, I hope this video has helped you guys. Don't forget to drop a comment, leave a like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope your thumbnail games get exponentially better after watching this video. Let me know how it went for you, and until the next video, guys, that is me out. Capiche, capuche, yadoosh.